Yes, you're live right now.
This is live.
Right this second?
Yes.
It's like
We're good?
Facebook Live kind of thing, or what?
Yes, Facebook Live.
All right.
We're going right now?
Yes.
So everything I say is going to be published, not editable at all. We're done.
Actually, no. Sorry, it's done. You're
Okay.
You might as well speak.
Okay, I didn't know if we're going. My bad. I
We're
thought
live right
my
now.
director was lying to me. Anyways, my name is Matt Shields. I'm the general manager and co-owner of Media Marketing Solutions. Today, we are here at Paul Edwards' book launch for his book, 10 Secrets to Networking Success. If you haven't picked up your copy yet, you're going to want to by the end of these videos. But today, I'm going to be doing a series of interviews from sponsors, special guests, anyone they're going to throw through this door, and we're going to talk all about Paul Edwards. So first, sir, who are you and who do you represent?
All right, I'm Jeff Seaman with PC Technologies. I've been the owner of PC Technologies for 15 years now. And I met Paul. Don't even know where I met him. He just showed up one day.
Well, that was my next question. How did you meet and get to know Paul?
Does anyone really meet Paul? He just becomes part of your life and you don't know how.
No, I remember the first time I ever talked to Paul Edwards was, and I'll try to make these short because I know we got a lot to do, but the first time I ever met him, I think it was through the in team, but he reached out to me, and it was like I was brand new, and I knew he did insurance, and I thought, man, this guy's gonna quote me on insurance, and I just don't want to do it. I almost called out of it, but when I went, he didn't even talk to me about insurance. He gave me like 3 or 4 leads of people he knew, and I was like, I need this guy in my life. And then even in that same day, he told me he used to do radio work, so that's when I invited him over, and he's done multiple voiceovers for us. So yeah, he just becomes part of your life, and you love him. So
yeah, Paul's been wonderful. He's been one of those. I really don't remember where I met him. But it was kind of
years ago or recently.
Oh, years.
Yeah.
When he first started insurance in this area. I just remember, he talked to me. I think it was at a networking event. And he just kind of, took a bit of interest in my business and what we do, and he actually had some really good ideas and kind of said, suggestions and also some leads. So, and I just kind of really knew then that Paul and I are going to be friends, and so, we've actually, our kids play together, do things together.
That's
this
awesome.
summer we went on a couple of adventures together.
That's cool.
Our whole families, and so, it's a lot to say good things about Paul, for sure.
Next question I have on here is, do you frequently go to networking groups, events for your business?
I would say I go to a fair amount. I'm not a heavy networker. I do try to choose my networking events very carefully because I don't want to be classified as a serial networker. The same people showing up at every single event and have no time to actually produce anything.
That's something I learned really quick. I had to know, or I didn't know anyone when we started this, and that's what I learned was, like, there's some people that all they do is network, and I just, who do you have
time to make money? Right?
Exactly. I mean, I know it's all part of this big process of making money, but to do actually the work, it doesn't make sense to me. But Paul explains how to do it successfully in his book. Next question I have for you is, what is the #1 recommendation to anyone looking to improve their networking game?
Oh, well, #1, buy Paul's book, 10 Secrets of Networking Success. No, Paul's got a great system, and it's not even a system. I mean, what he did is he found a way to just talk to people and treat people very well and think thoughtfully about their businesses and how he can help. And then he basically just took something that works, and it works very organically, and he put it to paper. It's not like,
It's not some new secret formula.
Right, there's nothing secret. I mean, yes, it is secret because people don't identify it, but he just has a natural flow that made sense. And I'm not trying to discredit all the work he's put into it. Yeah. But at least to me, it's a very organic approach.
It's just it's almost like the not consistency, but consistency and having that person to keep you accountable almost. So the accountability of just doing it over and over.
Yeah, I should say 10 obvious things you should be doing for networking success.
Yeah. But no one does it. The people, the small percent.
It takes effort, it takes time, etc.
Just like anything else. What is one thing you should never do when networking?
I'd say probably the one thing that I found that just kind of shuts people down when networking is the hard sell. Hi, I just met you. I'm shaking your hand, but I don't care who you are. I really just want to tell you about my business, and hopefully some magical way you'll say, I want to give you all my money. And that's a huge problem for a lot of networkers. They don't realize that business, especially in a town, like Olympia, Lacey, Tumwater, etc. It's about those relationships, and that's what Paul's really tapped into, is those relationships.
Yeah. Next on my list here is what is one tip for following up with your contacts after a networking event?
I would say that probably the best engagements that I've been involved in are when someone says, we'll suggest something at a meeting, like, hey, I might have someone that'd be useful to you, or they listen to what you've got going on in your life, and they say, hey, I know of a person that could be helpful to you. Can we meet and kind of discuss this, not here at this networking event, but outside of it?
And get to know them a little bit better.
Coffee, office, wherever. Because you're bringing something of value to them. You say, hey, I have a person I really want to introduce you to, or I want to get, somehow get you guys talking because you can help each other. And I think you have to bring something of value to it. Like in my business, we do a really scary report called the dark web scan. And essentially, I take a company's domain, I can scan it across the dark web, and I'll give you a summarized report of all the credentials, passwords, usernames, and stuff that are out there on the dark web today. And for some organizations, it's a very scary list. And so, but I'm bringing that as a free value to start discussing, is there room for better security for that company?
Yeah.
And that's something free, it's no obligation, but it does get people thinking about what they should be doing as far as
projecting themselves and everything.
and it's an IT business that it's a good fit for me to present that information to.
No, that makes total sense. So if you haven't already, will you be picking up a copy of Paul's book?
You know what? I got one of the first copies on the press.
Oh, actually, I saw your picture. I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, in fact, I was the first one on Facebook. So look what I got. So, I could say I started the idea of posting a picture with yourself with Paul's book.
There you go.
Paul stole it from me.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet. Last one on the list here. So we're wrapping up. Do you have any shout outs for family, friends, business employees, anyone in the world?
Man, it's kind of probably a big list, and I shout out a lot of people, but ultimately, I think in my time in business here for 15 years, I've got customers that have been with me for 15 years, and they've been through all my changes and all everything I've done, and they've been supporters. I would say, hey, we're changing our business model, we're providing more services, better services, and all I get from them is the good thumbs up, saying, you know what, we're with you 100%. So
that's awesome.
There's a lot of those companies, and every business that I started with back 15 years ago, except for the few that have gone out of business, they're still my clients. And
that's awesome.
They still have those good relationships.
Awesome. Thank you. We're wrapping up our interview here with Jeff, and hopefully, how do you contact you if we need some IT services?
Oh, pctechnologies.com.
Perfect. .net. Whoa, 15 years in the business, almost messed up. I'm just kidding. Well, thank you, Jeff, coming in, and we're just gonna keep going.
How many followers you got for this report?
Ooh. You want me to go on this side, Troy, or Jeff? Yeah. Switch sides here, guys.
Alright, everybody, next.
Come on in. How are you, sir?
Good, man.
We're rolling.
Okay.
So we'll just sit down, and I'll go off the list. I have about 7, 8 questions. I'm not exactly sure.
I think my limit's 3. 3 questions a day.
Yeah,
I might be max. So.
All right, we'll start off. Who are you, and what company do you represent?
So my name is Andrew Barkus, and the company that I own is Hometown Property Management.
Okay.
Located here in Olympia. We have an office in Yale. And then my part-time gig is I'm a state representative for the 2nd District.
Awesome, awesome. So we'll just get going. How did you meet and get to know Paul Edwards?
I first met Paul at Lacey Chamber of Commerce. So I've served on the
Years
board.
ago, recently?
No, this is probably, gosh, it's got to be at least 5 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
Thereabouts, when he was first getting started in insurance. So we connected. I was, I think, just coming off the board. I served on the board for the chamber as past president, and very tied in with that, plus other stuff in the community. And but yeah, we met in the chamber and just started seeing him everywhere and hit it off and started talking about business and everything else. So,
Networking guru.
yeah.
That's awesome. Next one on here is, do you frequently go to networking groups? groups events for your business or for the state representative side?
Yes.
Yeah, I would guess.
I'm everywhere. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I travel the circuit, as we say. So whether it's chamber, local from Yelm to Thurston to Lacey, service clubs, other organizations, pure networking organizations too, and just everything. So
Yeah,
pretty much everywhere.
Okay, sounds good. What is the number one recommendation to anyone looking to improve their networking game?
So I think it's the power of relationship, and you really need to connect with people. So the power is getting to know who the person is, what they do, where they're from, and then establishing a relationship and being able to go back to that. So that's really what networking is all about.
Yeah.
Getting involved in those various organizations, but relationship is key.
Do you have like outside of the individuals? Is there is it that do you have a favorite at the moment? A favorite networking group?
Favorite individual?
No,
Well,
not
you are
even-
right now,
yeah.
man.
No, a group or organization that you like to go and talk to people at. Or,
Well, for me,
or a certain event even. I know we were at Homes First the other day. You were there.
so
there.
love that event. In my role as a state representative, and also I'm everywhere. So
Yeah.
I mean it.
Even on social media, I see this guy everywhere.
It's there's a lot that I'm doing, but I would say that I really believe in the power of our local chambers of commerce.
Yeah.
And I think that the business-to-business relationships that are created. I used to always say this when I was president. I say it today. I mean, Paul was my insurance guy. How did he become my insurance guy? Because I met him in the chamber. We struck a relationship. I liked him as an individual, made him part of my team. It wasn't about the insurance he was selling, because I can get that anywhere.
Exactly.
But he was who I purchased as far as being part of my team. But the local chambers of commerce really give that opportunity because they offer so many different opportunities throughout the month and the year to do that. And then they also have branched into, and I know Paul has been doing that for the Lacey Chamber, individual specialized networking groups.
Yeah.
So you really get that business to business, and as I said, you develop those really powerful relationships.
Yeah, so shout out real quick to Lacey South Sound Chamber,
Yeah.
Garrison County Chamber of Commerce, Yelm Chamber. That's one I have not visited.
Eatonville
yet.
Chamber.
Eatonville Chamber. The three local ones I'm
Orton
talking about
Chamber.
here is,
Yeah.
and also the Tumwater Chamber of Commerce.
Tumwater Chamber, yeah.
Next one on my list here is what is one thing you should never do while networking?
One thing you should never do while networking. Well,
Politics.
don't talk
I'm just
politics.
kidding.
Yeah. Don't ever talk about politics, religion, or what are the three? No, I think that you've got to be careful to balancing your message. It's sometimes you can be too much
Yep.
sales, right?
Yep.
And it can come off overbearing, and so that's why I always say about the relationship piece. It's important to establish that, and the sales comes with it.
Exactly.
So I just say I caution people that when you're networking, be careful of that. Paul even writes about in his book about we have a tendency to do that when we first start out, where hi, I'm selling property management services and stuff. And really, when you're selling yourself, you're selling that relationship. So I caution people to do that. Make sure you got good breath. Yeah, and don't pick your nose. So there you go. Those are my 3 tips.
Awesome. Next one on here is what is one tip for following up with contacts after a networking meeting? New contacts.
New contacts. Follow-up is incredibly important. I always talk about kind of 3 things: email, phone call, and note. One of the things that I think is really important, and I still try to do this even though it's harder to do, a handwritten note.
Yeah.
And a personal handwritten note, especially if you're meeting somebody and you're really wanting to pursue that business, that makes an impression because it's just not done as much as it used to be. We rely on a text or an email.
Well, 20 years ago, it was a flip-flop. You get an email,
Yeah.
you read all your spam emails and everything.
Yeah.
But now, you barely get...
It's filtered.
And the mail you do get, it's like catalogs or coupons.
Yeah.
So when you get that handwritten letter...
And they tried to capture that electronically, and for a while they were using those companies that were kind of that generated cards type of stuff, and I don't even know if that's still around, but
It is.
you know, but it was cool, but it still wasn't personal.
There is so I forget what the company's called, but all you handwriting people, there is a company, I forget what it is, but they actually they have it. You take an iPad or a tablet, you write the note yourself, and then they'll print it on. So
And that's cool.
Yeah,
Give me that information.
yeah. I'll try to find it.
That's pretty cool. But
and they'll change you can select the pictures. You can upload
no, that's
your
cool.
own. Yeah,
because it is, you know, you don't want to just cut. It's
exactly.
The point being it's the personal touch. So whatever that is, the follow-up phone call is always very important too. I just think making that call and remembering, so the next time you see that person, you're like you have some point to remember about contact.
Awesome. So it sounds like you already have it. What is your favorite part so far of Paul's book?
Well, it's, you know, it's a good story, and it's kind of concise in the manner in which it is, and he I don't want to say simplifies it, but he makes it so that somebody can grasp some pretty good tips pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You know, but I do think that the point about, you know, establishing those, I've said this word 1,000 times, but how he went about establishing relationships, and you know, you start to sell your services yourself, everything else in business comes with it.
Exactly.
So that's a good book. It was a good read. Yeah, I'm proud of it, man. It's pretty cool.
It is. I mean, it's kind of inspired me. I want to write a book now.
This guy's picture on there. See,
That's awesome. So
my book, the 14 Steps to Networking, will be coming. Just kidding, Paul. Just kidding.
So that's all my questions for Paul. My last thing while we're wrapping up here is, do you have any shout outs, friends, family, coworkers, anything?
Yeah, well, we're always shouting out. I mean, the room's full of friends, so that's awesome. Good networking. I mean, you can't have a Paul Edwards event without being a networking event.
Yep.
So room's full of great people. You know, shout out to family. I'll be home soon. I got lots of stuff. I'm rarely home. I'm pretty much on the road doing stuff all the time, and I cherish getting home. So that's my happy spot. A little rest. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for coming
nice
in.
to meet you. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we can talk soon.
Anytime. See you
Awesome.
later.
We're gonna keep going. I'll bring in the next person in a second.
Next.
Boom.
Next. Hi. Is it painless?
Oh, painless. I promise. I'm nice.
It's like doing an election.
We met.
Interview.
How are you? Oh, kinda.
And he's in here?
Oh yeah.
I gotta keep a straight face?
That's why the camera's on us, because let me shut this real quick. We're a little loud.
Are you recording now?
We gotta have the guy who has the best haircut on camera here. So.
With the least glare?
Hopefully the shine isn't shining on there. But we'll go through. So we're already live. We're rolling. We've been on Facebook. We've done a couple interviews now, and so I'll just start off my list here.
Okay.
And pretty simple, painless. About 7, 8 questions, I think. First one here is, who are you and what company do you represent?
Well, my name is Bill McGregor. I'm one of the Port of Olympia commissioners, one of 3 commissioners. And that's what I do.
Awesome.
I'm
Awesome.
retired other than that, a foster parent. But
That's awesome. My parents, my parents were foster parents. I had so many. I can't even remember them all. So many brothers and sisters, and then finally the last foster we actually adopted. That's my older sister.
Oh,
So
nice.
after that, no more. We had I have 3.
felt like you belong.
Exactly, and so they couldn't take it anymore. But sorry about that side note. So next on my question here, how did you meet and get to know Mr. Paul Edwards?
Well, I met him probably, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago at a chamber meeting.
That's been the common
Been the common.
Yep.
He did a lot of chambers, and met him there, and then we just, as we met and talked to each other, and then he got me involved in the Miss Thurston County.
Okay, so you're part of that too. So
Yeah,
we,
he's the James Bond guy,
Yep.
as he mentioned.
So were you there last year?
This was last
October.
year.
Yep. So if you saw a camera guy, he had glasses. That was us. Yep.
Yeah, so he got me involved in that. And I thought
That's what
great
he
judging
usually
and stuff.
does, is connects people. It's
Yeah.
weird what networking does.
Yeah.
Next one on my list here is, do you frequently go to networking groups, events for, I guess, the poor?
There are times, there's customer events and stuff that we go to that are more networking. And,
because we met at the Homes First Breakfast last week.
We sat together.
Sat at that table there.
We had conflicting tables or competing tables.
It was
all the
very,
same
very,
number.
very weird. I don't understand how they got that, but
It was all good.
Yeah, it was really good, but a little confusing on the last part. I think it was because it was my fault. I sent the message at 6 p.m. the day before because I forgot. I'm stressed out. It's all right.
We had a good time at
It was
the
good.
table. You were a
It
great
was.
guy to have there. So.
Next one on here is what is your number one recommendation to anyone looking to improve their networking game?
I would say, you know, I've just picked up his book, got it Friday, read through it. I'm almost done. I have 4 pages left, and I think it helps give people a perspective of what networking really should be, not what you anticipate it to be, so that you know you learn to meet with people. Maybe not so much on the business side, but to connect on different levels of.
Well, I mean, Paul does it best. You know, for the longest time he was selling insurance, and especially in Thurston County, how many insurance agents do we have, or brokers, or I don't know the term, so don't yell at me, Facebook. But you know, and that's his big thing is, you know, every time he was selling insurance, he didn't talk insurance. He talked about the people and how he could serve them as a person rather than a business entity.
And connecting him with other things.
Exactly. And like you said, he connected you with the pageant there, and that's what Paul just is a connector. He does that. Next one on my list here is what is one thing you should never do while networking?
That's a tough question.
Right.
I don't think you should ever ignore anybody. I think you should be able to go up and talk and feel comfortable talking to just about anybody. Find out about them a little bit. Let them tell you about themselves. I think that's one of the things I got out of the book. Instead of saying 90% about what you do, let them give you 90% of what they do.
So listening. So instead
a
of
good skill to have.
So instead of listening, just keep talking, and that's how you'll ruin everything.
Yeah.
So, no, next one here. So what is one tip you have for following up with new contacts that you would meet after a networking event?
I think one tip is to send them some kind of a communication. Say, hey, you know, I ran into you at this event. I appreciated our discussion. How can we go have coffee? I'd like to continue to grow our relationship, because really networking is about building relationships.
Exactly.
And so I think that
So
would be
what
one
is
thing to follow up.
what is your form? Email, phone call, text message?
Could be any of them, depending on what I felt that person.
Exactly. Okay, that makes sense.
Feeling.
I do the same thing. My last one about Paul. If you haven't already, will you be picking up a copy of our book?
I've got it.
Oh, you've got it. You already said you're reading through it. Geez,
I've got it. And I'll read it again too, because I read it. You know, it makes for
very
easy
short
reading.
read. You know,
Very
it's
short,
10
90-some
secrets.
pages and 10 chapters or
Pick up
11
your copy.
chapters, and worth reading several times just to
Yeah.
keep you up on. Because there's a lot of good information in it.
There is. And then my last one, we're wrapping up here, is do you have any shout outs, friends, family, coworkers, anything?
Shout out.
Shout outs for the world to hear.
I don't do much shouting.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Well, I mean, shout outs as far as
Anyone that supported you,
you know, as an elected official, I appreciate all the support I've had over the years, running elections, and the people that have supported me. And so my shout out is to that, you know, I serve all of the Thurston County community.
Is there one person that you could have been years ago in your life that you think of as that leader that kind of developed you into the person you are, that led you to the spot you're in today?
I think there would be 3 or 4 individuals, mostly executive directors of other ports that I've worked for, who empowered me to do my job and let me go do it. And then
that's awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, there was 2 or 3 that are memorable to me as my career is going on.
Well, thanks for joining us in here. That's all I have for you. I know
This
it's
is pretty painless,
right? It was pretty simple, So if you can, you know, if you want, we are on Paul Edwards' Facebook. You can share it to your page, tag yourself, or do whatever you want.
To do that.
Awesome. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, I'll see you out, and I'm going to be grabbing the next person here.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I think that's it.
I think so.
Let's go with that's it.
Just give me 1 second. I'm going to run out really quick and see if there's anyone else. If not, we might be done. All right, got one more. He's coming. Woo! So So we're already live. We're going. Take a seat right here, sir.
All right.
I'll join you. We are back. So this will be our last interview for the night, and then I'm gonna go watch the show, basically. So we got 6 minutes here. I'll try to buzz through them, and I'll just go now. Who are you, and what company do you represent?
My name is Alan Shimamoto, and I represent the IN team.
Anything else? I thought.
Yeah, I do
most-
business coaching, and as well, Dream Big Achievers.
Yep.
And then also do a publication in Indian Summer and McAllister Park through Into Publishing.
So this guy's an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You heard it here first. No, I'm just kidding. Next one on my list here is how did you meet and get to know Mr. Paul Edwards?
Through networking. Yeah. So about 4.5 years ago.
That's so everyone I've interviewed 4.5 years
Yeah,
ago, 5,
yeah,
and then
something
it's
like that.
usually Lacey Southside Chamber.
Yep.
But
Yep.
that's awesome. So if you want to meet people, Lacey Southside Chamber, Thurston County Chamber, Tumwater Chamber,
Yeah.
any chamber.
Any chamber. Yeah.
Next one here is being the CEO, leader of a networking group. Are there any other networking groups, events that you frequently go to for your business?
Yeah, so I go to South Sound Connections, which is part of Lacey South Sound Chamber, pretty active with that. And then pretty much any business after hours
Yep.
as well.
Tag, all those good
Yep.
ones.
Mhm.
Awesome.
In team. Yeah,
team?
in
Yeah.
team, yeah.
This guy's always there. I don't know. Always there. No, I'm just kidding. What is your number one recommendation to anyone looking to improve their networking game?
Just be yourself and go to connect and don't feel like you have to be there to sell anybody, and just be authentic.
So the one flaw I see, what if being yourself is being a hard seller?
Yeah, that's a great
You
question.
have to change that? Or?
That's a great question. Yeah, you definitely don't want to go there to be that hard sell. People are gonna run,
They always do.
Yeah, they always do. So I think the best thing, what I try to do is when I go to a networking event is I just ask a lot of questions. Who are you? What do you do? Why do you do what you do? Talk about, what's about,
So you
tell me about
listen.
your family, and really just listen. And most of the time I rarely get a chance to talk about myself because and honestly, by finding out more about them, it benefits me because then I can figure out a way to either help them make a connection and serve them, or to find a way to maybe invite them into one of the things that I'm doing and help them out.
So give them some value. Yeah. Next one on here is, so besides hard selling, what is one thing you should never do while networking?
I would just say not badger people to a lot of times what happens, people want to promote themselves, so maybe they're not selling per se, but they're constantly trying to talk about themselves. And I think be interested, versus interesting.
Exactly.
Right?
Nope, that makes 100% sense.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that knock. I only have a couple more questions, so I'll get to that person in a second. Next one here. They might open the door on me. What is one tip following up with contacts after a networking event?
Just follow up and just thank them for the opportunity to meet them.
Yeah.
And then how can I help them?
Give them value.
Give them value.
That's the number one thing people remember is when you just give them something that benefits them in life or whatever aspect it may be. Last one here. I'm getting cut off by the director. So, Alan, I'm pretty sure you've picked up Paul's book. Is there a favorite part so far you haven't?
Yeah, the part that he talks about where he and I
Met? Oh, it's in the book? That's in here?
or some recommendations that I
Okay.
gave him. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, we'll end it here. Do you have any shout outs for family, friends, coworkers, anything?
Yeah, just my wife, Louisa. I do everything with her. She's my partner in business and life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap up here. This is my last interview of the day. Thank you, Alan, for
You got
joining
it.
us in
Yep.
here. And I'm going to go out and catch the show. See you guys later.
All right.
Awesome. Sweet. That was